So here's the first question. Let me close the comment section. Guys, don't forget to share the live. All right? Share the live. Let's close the comment section. We are answering on the poll. I repeat again. The poll is on the top left corner there. There's a blue clipper to click on that thing. That's where we answer. If you don't find it there, because it depends on your TikTok vision, try to look for it in the bottom right corner, right? It's written POLL. Click on that. That's where we'll answer, right? Right now it's not opened, but when it's open, I will tell you. Let me open it, okay? Let's open it. All right. Yeah, it is open now. So here's the question. Here's the first one. It says, if you have a driver's license and you are driving a vehicle, where should the license document be? Where should it be? A, Uti, with you in the vehicle. It must be with you in the vehicle. B says, in a safe place at home, and you should have a copy with you. And you see Uti in a safe place at home. Which one is correct there? Is it A, B, or C? When we get our licenses, where should they be? Is it A, B, or C? You have 20 seconds before I close it and move to the next one. 20 seconds. Let me know on the poll. Again, remember the poll is on the top left corner there. There's a blue icon. Click on that thing. Right? Click there. All right. For those of you who haven't shared the live, please do that. Basi, thank you. All right. Let me close the poll. Let's close the poll. Yeah, 41 people participated and the majority, which was 40 people, chose A. And that's correct, all right? You are not allowed to travel with a copy of your license. You must have the original document with you in the vehicle, right? Here's the next one. Let's start the poll. Here's the next one. How much breath sample is used to measure alcohol level in your body? How much breath sample do they take to measure alcohol level in your body? A says 10 milliliter, B says 1000 milliliter, and C says 100 milliliters. Which one's correct? A, B, or C? Let me know on the poll. How much breath sample do they take? You know, when they make you blow into that breathalyzer there, how much sample do they take? You have 20 seconds. 20 seconds to let me know on the poll. All right? Is it A, is it B, or C, the correct answer? All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm closing the poll. All right, the poll is closed with 35 people and majority chose A, saying it's 10 milliliter. And 8 people chose B and another 8 chose C. Congratulations to the 8 people who chose B. Right, majority was incorrect. 1000 milliliter, that's how much breath sample is taken, right, to measure your alcohol. All right, next one. Next one. Any load carried on a vehicle must do what? Let me start the poll. The poll is on, all right? Must complete that statement for us. A says must be covered with sheeting. B says must have red flags or triangles tied to it. And C, Uti, not touch the surface of the road. Which one is correct today? Is it A, B, or C? Any load that we carry, any mthwalo that we carry in our vehicle must do what? Which one's correct? A, B, or C? You have 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Let me know on the poll which one is correct. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am closing the poll. All right, the poll is closed with 42 people who participated. 20 chose B and 22 chose C. All right, majority was 22. Yes, you guys are correct. And the 20 people who chose B, guys, remember that. I get where the confusion comes from, right? The ones who chose B. But let's look at this very quick from our study guide here. Right? So we say China, yes, we must put flex and triangles. I hope you guys can see there. Let me try to maximize this a bit. So this is our study guide, by the way, before Ningbos, right? So this is one of the materials that I give my students. All right, so the loads. Let me find the part Yama loads. And let's look at that. All right, so yeah, we are on, these are the rules for transporting goods and loads, right? So we are there. The part of using what is it? Red flags, all right? The reflectors. I can't see clearly here. But that part, this part here, where you use a red flag or trying reflective materials, right? We say during the day, if your load projects more than 150 millimeter a side, that's where you put it, right? That's when you put it. You don't just put it anytime. Or when it projects more than 300 millimeter at the back. All right. So that's why this is not the correct answer, but this one was the one. All right. Next one. Which statement is correct about alcohol here? Which statement is correct about alcohol there? Let me know. A says a driver is not allowed to drive a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol. B says you may drive a vehicle if you only drank a bottle of wine, mantombazana. C uti, you may drive as long as you only drank beers. Which one is correct about alcohol there? Is it A, B, or C? Let me know on the poll. Which one is the correct answer? A, B, or C? You have 15 seconds. 15 seconds. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm closing the poll. All right, the poll is closed with 39 people who participated. And yeah, 39. All of them, they chose A. It's obvious, right? A. All of them, they chose A. Amazing. Next one. When moving from a stationary position, what's a stationary position? It means bomile, right? When you are moving from a standstill position, what is the responsibility of driver? That's here. What is the responsibility of driver? The poll is on. A says the driver must indicate his or her intention and then move off. B says the driver must ensure that it is safe and he will not interfere with moving traffic approaching from any direction. C, the driver must join the other traffic as soon as possible. Which one's correct there? When you are moving off from a stationary position, what is your responsibility as a driver? Is it A, is it B, or C? Let me know on the poll. You have 15 seconds. 15 seconds. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm closing the poll. All right. So yeah, 40 people participated with 27 of them choosing B as the correct answer and 13 people choosing A. All right, correct answer, yes, it is B. If there is a one tip about AMA rules that I give to everyone attending my training is that you need to understand rules are there to protect every road user, right? Every road user, including yourself. So pedestrians, whether it's pedestrians or people who are driving animal-drawn vehicles and stuff like that, rules are there to protect all of those people, right? So, if you're going to endanger anyone, now you know. That means it's not the rule of the road. Next one. How much blood sample is used to measure the alcohol level in your body? The poll is on. Let me know. A, 1,000 milliliter. B, 10 milliliter. And C, 100 milliliter. Which one is correct? Is it A, B, or C? Let me know on the poll. You have 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Which one is correct? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm closing the poll. All right, 40 people participated on the poll, and 21, which was the majority, chose B, and 16 people chose A, and only 3 people chose C. Guess what? Congratulations to the 3 people. Congratulations to the 3 people who chose C, right? That's how much blood sample they take. Again, let's look at that here. So when dealing with alcohol, right? When dealing with alcohol, always remember that there are 4 measurements there. Let's see from the study. There are 4 measurements that you really have to know about. Okay, yeah, there it is, right? On the study guide, it's this point number 11 here, right? Alcohol testing rules for a driver, right? So what matters? First, we have 2 types of drivers. 2 types of drivers, right? Professional or ordinary, right? That really matters. But for this question, I just want you to understand there are 2 types of samples. There's a breath sample. We did look at it. It showed you. There's a blood sample. Also, we did look at that. It also gave you a problem. So it means let's pay attention here. So 100 milliliter of blood sample is what they take from ordinary driver, even if it's a professional driver. That's how much sample they take. And 1,000 milliliter of breath sample, that's how much they take when they tested it. All right, 3 people only. Wow. All right, next one. Let's go to the next question. Let's hear here. All right. What is the overall length allowed in case of a combination of vehicles? Whenever we combine vehicles, they cannot exceed which length? A uti 22 meters, B says 18.5 meters, and C says 12.5 meters. Which one is the correct answer? Is it A, B, or C? Let me know on the poll. All right, let me know on the poll. Which one's correct? Is it A, is it B, or C? Whenever we combine vehicles, which one is correct? Is it A, B, or C? You have 10 seconds to let me know on the poll. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm closing it. All right. Nice to the 33 people who participated. Remember, guys, participating is very important. I normally say to people, you want to fail here. This is where you fail, right? Fail here, we correct you. That's fine. What you should really avoid is to go there and fail there. Okay? All right. So 33 people participated, with 19 of them majority choosing C as the correct answer, and 6 people choosing B, and 8 people choosing A. All right. Again, majority got this one wrong. Congratulations to the 8 people who chose A. Congratulations to the 8 people who chose A. Let's look at that very fast, and let's pass. So this one's, it's my length restrictions, right? So let's see where the length restrictions here. Number plates. Okay, vehicle length restrictions, right? Very important. Pay attention. Vehicle length restriction, right? When we talk about trailers that weigh less than 12,000 kg, then those trailers, they shouldn't be more than 8 meters, right? They must be less than 8 meters, right? The trailers that are greater than that is that. So, but anyway, we would look at those. My point is here, when we talk about bus, trains, or any combination of vehicles, right? Then they shouldn't pass 22 meters in terms of length. All right, congratulations to the 8 people. Let's continue. Next question. For a professional driver, a driver with a PDP, right, a professional driving permit, the the alcohol level in his or her body must be less than if 100 milliliter of blood sample is taken. A uti 0.05 grams, B says 0.02 grams, and C uti 0.1 milligrams, and uti 0.24 milligrams. Which one is correct today? A, B, or C? Professional driver, blood sample. Which one is correct? Is it A, is it B, or C? You have 10 seconds. Let me know. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm closing the poll. All right, let's see. 6 people out of 35 people, 6 they chose A, and 23 people chose B, and 6 people again chose C. 23 people chose B, right? What was this? A blood sample of a professional driver. That's correct. Congratulations. The majority got it right. Right? Majority got it right. Let's go to the next one. Before you reach the exit of a freeway, which lane should you position yourself? Let me start the poll. Poll is on. A, uti in the middle lane. You should position yourself in the middle lane, and B says on the shoulder of the road, and C, uti on the left hand lane. Which one's correct? A, B, or C? When you're about to reach an exit on a freeway, where should you position yourself if you are going to exit? All right, you have 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Let me know on the poll which one is correct. Is it A, is it B, or C? 3, 2, 1. I'm closing the poll. All right, the poll is closed with the majority, 24 people out of 37 people choosing C, right? And that's correct, right? Remember, guys, on the freeway, all my exits, they are only on the left-hand side. We don't find my exits on the right. Freeway doesn't have my exits on the right. All right. So, yep. All right, here's the next one. Again, 30-something people are participating out of 150-something people are here. It means two things. It's either you guys don't know where the poll is. Let's talk about it. The poll is on the top left corner there. Top left corner. When I say it's open, try to look for it there. Right? Click on that thing. That's where we answer questions here. If you don't find it there, try to look for it in the bottom right, because it depends on your TikTok version, right? So next to the share button, it will be written POLL. Click on that. That's where we answer. All right, I'm opening it. It's open. All right, it's open now. Here's a question. In a heavy motor vehicle, the load should not project more than from the ground. A, a half of the vehicle's height. B says 4.3 meters high, and C, 2.6 meters. Right? Which one's correct? A, B, or C? By the way, those of you who don't know, the test delay that we are busy with is relevant to who? It's relevant to the people who will be writing either code 10 or code 14, right? It's relevant to those. That's why you will see a lot of heavy motor vehicles questions, stuff like that, right? All right. You have 10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds before I close the poll. Let me know which one's correct. A, is it B, or C? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's close the poll. All right. 55 people. Better. We are improving, okay? Better. So 55 people participated, with a majority choosing C as the correct answer, right? Saying that's the correct answer. And 14 people choosing B and 19 people choosing A. Again, majority is incorrect. And congratulations to the minority, which was 14 people who chose B, right? Congratulations, guys. All right. This part, very important, guys. Very important. Remember, when you are dealing with loads, let's go and look at it. When you deal with loads, let me try and zoom out here a bit. All right, I think that's cool. All right, so when we deal with Tama loads, where the loads question, I think it was 11, was it? 11? Or alcohol testing, it's 11. All right, all right, there we go. Yeah, I think it's rules for transporting goods or loads, right? Um, this is the part that you were asked about, right? In terms of height projection, it falls under these projection limits, right? Where we say umthwalo cannot pass or overlap a certain distance, right? Now, when we talk about in terms of height going up, it will depend whether the vehicle is it a heavy motor vehicle or light motor vehicle. If it's heavy, it shouldn't exceed 4.3 meters, right? The minority understood this, right? And then if it's a light motor vehicle, it shouldn't exceed a half of the vehicle's height. All right, I think we are clear now. Let's go back and let's continue. Next one. All right, any bracket fitted to the load may not overlap more than what? May not overlap more than beyond the widest part of the vehicle. Which one's correct there? A, 300 millimeter. B says 150 millimeter, and C, 450 millimeter. Which one's correct? Any bracket. You know, sometimes we support our load using brackets when we tie it up. So those brackets, they shouldn't exceed more than what? From the widest part. Which one is the widest part, by the way? From your mirrors, your side mirrors, right? That would be your side mirrors. So yeah, let me know which one's correct today. Is it A, B, or C? I'm going to give you 10 seconds, right? I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Let me know. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me close this. I'm closing it. All right. Again, people dropped. Okay. 39 people participated there with their majority choosing A, saying it's 300 millimeter. Nope. 12 people choosing B, saying it's 150 millimeter, and 8 people choosing C. Congratulations to the 12 people who chose B, right? Shouldn't pass 150 millimeter sighting. When we talk about a sight and that bracket that you have fitted there to support your load shouldn't project or overlap more than 150 millimeter. Next one. All right. What is the requirement regarding the noise caused by a heavy motor vehicle? Let me start the poll. All right. Let's see. The poll is on. Let me know. A, no person shall operate a vehicle in such a manner that causes excessive noise. B says a person may operate vehicles causing excessive noise outside towns only. And C, a person may operate a vehicle causing excessive noise but only at night. Which one is correct? Is it A, is it B, or C? Let me know on the poll. Let me know on the poll. Which one is the correct answer? Who A, who B, or who C? All right, you have 10 seconds. 10 seconds before I close it. Which one's correct? Guys, please share the live for those abangagashiri, right? Please share the live. All right, let me close the poll. So 57 people participated with 45 people choosing A and 9 people choosing B and 3 people choosing C. It looks like you guys only participate on the easy ones, eh? The ones that you know the answers. Right? Majority was correct here, right? Majority was correct. 45 people. Congratulations. Right. The next one. You may not do what? Number one, run the engine of your vehicle unattended. Ukushiya imoto iduma. Number 2, use your vehicle without a cap on the fuel tank, right? So, driving motor without less valueless that late yalapha fuel tank labafaka khona petrol. Number 3, spin the wheels of your vehicle when pulling off mausuga. So, select the correct combination. Which ones you may not do on the road? A, none of these are allowed. B says only Oh, yeah, the poll is on. So B says only the second one is not allowed, and C, Uti, only the first two are not allowed. Which one's correct? Is it A, B, or C? Let me know on the poll. Which one is not allowed? A, B, or C? You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm closing the poll. All right. So yeah, 54 people participated, and majority, which was 32 chose A and 3 people chose B and 19 people chose C. Majority was correct on this one, right? The 19 people, I hope you do understand that you are not allowed to do anything that will cause will damage a property, right? Whether it's the road or houses or whatever it is, right? You're not. So when you spin, when pulling off, uvula potholes, right? So it's not advisable. Next one. Let's look at this one. Next question. The main beam, which is a bright light, right? When we describe a light in terms of our beams, it's called the main beam. All right. Of your vehicle must be able to show objects that are at least away. How far? A would 100 meters, B says 45 meters, and C would 150 meters. Which one is correct? What's the minimum there? What's the minimum of a main beam? Is it A, B, or C? You have 15 seconds to let me know on the poll. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am closing the poll. Right, let's close it. Oh, interesting. It's interesting, right? So here's how 61 people participated, and 25 of them they chose A, and another 25 chose B, and only 11 people chose C. All right. So which one's correct? Is it the A people or the B people? Correct answer it is the A people, right? Not the B people, guys. It's dim light. Dim light. When we talk about dim light, we say minimum maximum, it must show you up until 45 meters away, right? Because anything more than that, it will bright the people in front of you, right? So we use a beam light whenever you are driving on the road. It's the beam light that you use. Beam light is called a deep beam, not a not a main beam, right? It's called a deep beam. It's a beam that is being dipped. All right. So that one, it's 45 maximum. Bright light, at least 100 meters. All right. So congratulations to the A people. All right. So let's see. Next one. Next one. All right. The poll is on. Let me know. How far may you park from the left? Come on. What's wrong with this Netflix stuff? All right. How far may you park from the left edge of the roadway outside an urban area? How far? A would not more than 450 meter from the edge of the roadway. B says not more than 1 meter from the edge of the roadway. And C would a vehicle may not be parked in a roadway unless in a parking area. Which one is correct today? Is it A, B, or C? Let me know on the poll. Which one is correct? Is it A? Is it B or C? So yeah, what we are doing here, for those who don't know about the services that I provide, this is one of them, right? This is one of the things of the 3 services. This is called simulation tests, right? It familiarizes you with how questions are being asked, and then you apply them. The other one, it's my training videos, right? And the other one, it's a WhatsApp group where you get everything. All right, I'm closing the poll. Let's close the poll and let's see what's happening. 6 people chose A, 8 people chose B, and 35 people chose C. Majority chose C, and that's correct, right? It is correct. It's correct. So this ones, I hope you understand it. We say from 1 meter to a shoulder of the road or edge line, you can't park there. This, it's counteracting that. This one we say if you didn't park properly, 450 millimeter, like if you didn't park properly in a parking bay, that vehicle cannot project more than 450 millimeter from a parking bay, not from the edge of the road, right? So very important. Other than that, the correct answer was indeed C there. All right, here's the next question. Let me start the poll. Out it says, when is it permissible? What does that mean? When is it permitted to park in a no-stopping area? A, only if there's no other parking area is available. Only if no other parking area is available. B says, parking is permissible, however, only stopping is not permissible. C, it is not permissible to park where stopping is not permitted. Which one is correct? A, B, or C? Let me know on the poll. You have 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Right? How it says 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm closing the poll. All right. 47 people chose C out of 52 people. Amazing. Congratulations to the majority. They understand that you can't park where stopping is not allowed, right? Only 5 people chose B. Next one. Here's the next one. All goods vehicles with GVM modern. What's a GVM? Gross vehicle mass. That is modern should be fitted with yellow reflective materials to the sides and at the back. Let me start the poll. The poll is on. A, 100 kilograms. B says 1,000 kilograms. And C, 10,000 kilograms. Which goods vehicles should be fitted with yellow reflective materials in my side and at the back? Which one? Let me know on the poll. Is it A, B, or C? You have 15 seconds. 15 seconds. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me close the poll. All right, so let's see. 57 people participated with 30, which was the majority choosing C as the correct answer, and 21 people chose B, and only 6 people chose C. And yeah, congratulations to the 30 people who chose C. Guys, the rest, it means you don't know the vehicles that are less than 3,500 kgs. All of those vehicles are light motor vehicles, right? Heavy motor vehicles are those vehicles that weigh more than that, all right? But not all heavy motor vehicles are required are fitted these yellow reflective materials, right? The ones that are required is those ones that have GVM that's more than that. Okay. All right, let's move on. Next one. Which one of the following statement is correct? Which one of these statement is correct? A, racing cycles may be ridden on a freeway during a daytime only. B, pedal cycles may only be ridden on the shoulder of the road of a freeway, right? And C, pedal cycles are not allowed on a freeway. Which one is correct here? Is it A, B, or C? Let me know on the poll. In the meantime, let me thank the people who are sharing this live. That helps someone else who would be writing maybe tomorrow. It's very important. It helps. I'm not the only one sharing this value with other people, but you are also contributing. Thanks to that. All right. Yeah, I see a lot of those people who did that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I am closing the poll, guys. I'm closing the poll. Let's see. 47 people participated with majority. 41 people choosing Use. And that's correct, right? Pedal cycles are not allowed on a freeway. In fact, anything that's slow on a freeway is not allowed there. How do we measure how slow? Anything that's traveling less than 60 kilometers per hour, right? Not allowed there. Normally on a freeway, minimum speed is 40 kilometers per hour, right? That's the normal minimum speed you should travel with. Which one of the following statement is correct? A silencer. A silencer. A, it need not to be fitted. B, it must be fitted to a vehicle to restrict the engine noise to an acceptable level. C, with a small hole, it is accepted. Which one is correct there? Is it A, B, or C? Which one is correct? A, B, or C? Let me know in the poll. All right, you have 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 5. Okay, wait. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm closing the poll. Right. All right. 48 people participated with 43, choosing B as the correct answer, and only 5 people chose A. Which one's correct? Yeah, the majority is correct. Yeah, right. By the way, those of you who don't know what's a silencer, is this box nyana that we find on the exhaust, that exhaust pipe. There's this box there. It's called the silencer. It's the one that restricts the engine noise, right? Unless we are driving an electrical car. But yeah, la eMzansi we are using those gasoline vehicles is the engine. So yep. All right, here's the next question. What is the duty of a driver regarding pedestrians that are crossing a roadway within a pedestrian crossing? A, uti. By the way, the poll is on. The poll is on. A, uti, a driver must yield to all pedestrians wishing to cross or enter the public road. B, uti, a driver must yield the right of way to a pedestrian crossing a roadway within a pedestrian crossing. Right? C, uti, a driver must only stop for pedestrians wishing to enter the roadway at a pedestrian signal. Which one's correct? Is it A, we yield a right of way to those ones who are wishing to cross? Is it B, we are yielding to those ones who already crossed, but they are within the pedestrian crossing marking? Or is it C, we must only stop for those again who are wishing to enter the road at their signal? Which one's correct, A, B, or C? I'm closing the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm closing it. All right, 49 people participated with 36 of them choosing B as the correct answer. Majority, right? That's correct, right? You yield, you prioritize those ones who already crossed, right? Yeah, those are the ones here. That's correct. Next one. If a person was injured during an accident, so we had an accident and there's someone who was injured or killed, right? The vehicles involved are blocking the road, right? So the vehicles that caused these accidents are blocking the road. No such a vehicle may be moved from its position until until its position has been clearly marked on the road surface by a person moving the vehicles, or such a removal was authorized by a traffic officer. B, until the driver authorizes such a removal, and C, until a certified tow truck arrives on the scene and moves it from the roadway. Which one is the correct answer there? Let me know on the poll. Is it A, B, or C? If we were involved in an accident and that accident resulted in a person getting injured or killed, right? I'm closing the poll. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's close it. All right, so let's see what are we having here. 45 people chose A, 45 participated, 42 chose A, and that's correct, right? Until that position is clearly marked on the surface, right? And then you are given by a traffic officer a permission to move it. All right. So what is the requirement of a driver when entering a public road? I'm going to speed up because the test now is left like with what? 9 minutes? So I'm going to try to be fast here. What is the requirement of the driver in entering a public road? Let's me start the poll. The poll is on. Uti, the driver shall not enter the road unless it can be done safely for him or her and other traffic. B says the driver must always stop before entering or crossing a public road. To C, Uti, the driver does not always have to slow down before entering or crossing a public road. Which one's the correct answer there? Is it A, B, or C? You have 15 seconds. Which one's correct? Who A, who B, or who C? All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am closing the poll. All right. What are we having here? We are having a majority choosing A as the correct answer. That's most people, right? 33 of them. 16 chose B out of 50 people. 33 chose A and 15 chose B. 16, I mean. 1 person chose C. Which one's correct? Yes, A is correct, right? You remember what I said about the rules there. If you remember that, that's fine. Let's look at this one. So you are given this marking. What's this? If I give you, it's going to give you answer. So let me keep quiet. What is the responsibility of a driver when driving in this road marking? A, Uti, race other drivers who do not overtake other vehicles, and to see you to drive in the middle of the lane line or lane lines. Which one's correct? A, B, or C? Let me know on the poll. Let me know on the poll which one is correct. When we see these broken lines there, which one would be the correct answer? You are having 10 seconds. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's close the poll. All right. 46 people participated with majority choosing B. How many? 30 people chose B, saying not to overtake other vehicles here, and majority was incorrect. 14 people chose C and 2 people chose A. Congratulations to the 14 people, right? The majority doesn't understand that only the solid lines, only when we see solid lines, barrier lines, that's where overtaking is not allowed, right? Only solid lines. Next one. All right. I'm going to give you 20 seconds for this one. Poll is on. Any vehicle without an effective handbrake, service brake, or headlamps should not operate on the public road. Is that true or false? A or B? Let me know on the poll. Is it A or B? If your vehicle does not have an effective handbrake, service brake, or lights, should not operate on the road. Is that true or false? All right, let me close the poll. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's close the poll, right? And yeah, a correct answer, it is true, right? Because if you don't have this, you're going to be endangering other road users. So that was true. A was correct, and 48 people out of 51, they chose that. All right, next one. Here's the next one. Let's start the poll. Overtaking a vehicle. What's TikTok doing now? Eish. All right, guys. 1 minute. Which of these object is used in hoops? Hoops. What's hoops? I don't even know. All right. Cool. So yeah. Overtaking a vehicle which has stopped at a pedestrian crossing, yielding to pedestrians, it is prohibited. Is that true or false? Let me know on the poll. Is that true or false? Overtake a vehicle emile on a pedestrian crossing simply because it wants to allow people to cross. It's not allowed. Is that true or false? Let me know on the poll. Have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me close the poll. Let's close it. All right. Majority 36 out of 48. They got it right? So that's true. You're not allowed to overtake a vehicle that's yielding there. All right. Here's the next one. When is overtaking prohibited? When is overtaking prohibited? U-A uthi when passing a school. U-B uthi when approaching any place where overtaking could cause danger to oncoming traffic, and U-C uthi when driving at night. Overtaking is not allowed in any. Let me know on the poll. You have 20 seconds to let me know. Is it A, B, or C? Rules of the road. Hey, remember, guys, this is the reason why people don't get their learners. This section, this one, Niyama Science, those two, come on. In my experience, and I've helped more than 600 people get their learners licenses, right? Since I started. So I know what I'm talking about. This gives people a lot of issues, especially code 10 and 14. All right, let's close this. And in my experience, that's simply because most of you guys, you don't care about those numbers there, right? You don't care about the numbers that measures. Good, you can't do this. People don't really care about that. So that's why you fail this section a lot. Let's see, 59 people out of 56, which was the majority, chose UP for this, right? Out of 59 people, and that's correct, right? That's correct. If you're gonna endanger any road user, do not do it. How about this one? Which side of a roadway may you drive if the roadway is wide enough without endangering other traffic? A, the driver shall drive on the left-hand side of the roadway. B says the driver may encroach or drive on the right-hand side of the roadway if the car in front is driving slowly. And C, the driver may drive on the right-hand side provided there is no traffic. There is no traffic, oncoming traffic. Which one's correct? A, B, or C? 30 seconds. 20 seconds. Yeah, let's give you 15. 15 seconds. Let me know which one's correct here. A, B, or C? All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's close the poll. All right, majority 34 people out of 49 or 48 people who participated chose A, and that's correct, right? In fact, this is a rule of the road that you should actually drive on the left-hand side of the roadway in a two-way road, right? Really make sure that you do that. All right, last one, last question. All right, any load carried on a vehicle must do what? A, it must not obstruct the driver's view of the road. B, must have red flags or triangles tied to it, and C would be covered with sheeting. Fagger some sheeting when you carry load. Do not expose it outside. Which one's correct? A, B, or C? Let me know on the poll. And yeah, I'm gonna give you 20 seconds to let me know. This is the last question. 20 seconds. In the meantime, let me try and I'll open for questions after this. All right, what time? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's close the poll. All right, 49 people chose A, 9 people chose B, and only 1 person chose C. So yeah, majority. Umthwalo must not obstruct. What's to obstruct? To hinder the view of the driver, right? It must not make it hard for driver to see. We still have a last one, a bonus question. Hey, man. All right, guys, which was the correct answer here? Yay. This got a chawas. The following vehicles may not be used on a public road if their overall height together with the load it exceeds 4.65 meters in terms of a double deck bus, exceed to 4.3 meters if it's a goods vehicle, and does not exceed more than half of the vehicle's height in terms of a light motor vehicle. Yeah, select the correct combination there. A, with all of the above were correct. B says only the third one was correct. Or C, only the first two were correct. Let me know which ones are not allowed to operate on the public road. We have these seconds here. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and I'm closing the poll. Let's see. Correct answer was C, right? Correct answer was C. Let's see. Majority chose A here. All right. Majority chose A's. Out of 36 people, majority on the bonus question, they chose A. 12 people chose C, and 7 people chose B. All right. This was, again, I repeat, this was one of our tests, particularly test number 4 for code 10 and 14. Which section? Rules of the road, right? Rules of the road. One of the amazing things about this app, right? It was developed by someone who has been training this, right? So what I did here was looking for something to really teach you fast. How can you learn fast? Where your gaps are. So the test analyzes which sections were you failing, and it gives you recommendation videos, right? These you if you failed something, there will be a video here. You see, we failed something about alcohols, right? So you will go and watch them. The theory videos are on that, right? And then we failed something about vehicles length. I hope you remember that. And then you go again, you watch you close those gaps, right? And then you go to another test. So according to me, that's the fastest way to learn this. All right.